Let me ask you a question. What does a trillion represent? Can you ever really get your head around how large that number really is? 1,000,000 seconds is 12 days. 1,000,000,000 seconds is 31 years. 1,000,000,000,000 seconds is 31,000 years. And $7 trillion is beyond conception. You can never really use million, billion, and trillion even in the same sentence. Imagine a stack of $100 bills as big as 2 jumbo jetliners, and that is $7 trillion, and that is the industry potential of what we can tap into today. My name is Matt Rasmussen, and as a certified management accountant with a master's degree in business, I've had the opportunity to meet and do business with some of the wealthiest people in the world. Gaining knowledge from these wealthy people allowed me to pre-position to take advantage of pending economic events like avoiding the housing crash and being ahead of the commodities expansion. Today, the world economy is hurting worse than at any point in our lifetimes. People have seen their housing equity wiped out and their income and career opportunities shrink over the last several years. Retirees are unable to consider retirement, and business owners are becoming more and more disheartened by the stresses put on their bottom line. At the same time, though, the wealthiest among us have identified key industries and trends to compound their wealth to astounding levels. Mr. Warren Buffett is widely recognized as the single greatest investor of our time. Just have a look at his Berkshire Hathaway investment portfolio, and you'll see amongst his 4 largest holdings, 2 are in the banking and credit card industry. If the wealthiest investor in the world believes that banking and credit processing are the next great trends, who are we to argue? Now, I've discovered a company that allows average people like you and I to actually get paid every time somebody swipes a credit or debit card. Now, the company that makes this possible is widely recognized as the world's best at what they do. They have a state-of-the-art 140,000 square foot facility that is a banking and merchant service hub. They also have offices around the globe, handling operations in 23 different countries around the world, with future expansion planned for up to 70 more countries in the coming years. Now, what is so unique about what they're doing is they're pioneering a concept known as an online storefront. Just like Amazon.com, they brought together providers of essential services into one location to compete for our business. This allows a visitor to our online store to shop for savings on bills that everyone pays every single month. Bills like wired and digital home and business phone, satellite and fiber optic television, cable, fiber optic, and 4G high-speed internet, home security and home automation services, computer services, cellular services, credit card processing services, and even gas and electricity services, and many more. These are the largest industries on the planet, and until now, we could not participate. Of all these industries, experts agree that the banking and credit industry have the largest market potential. The merchant service industry has over a $7 trillion a year market potential. There are over 10,000 debit and credit transactions every single second of every single day. Imagine getting paid every time a credit or debit card gets swiped at a local business. Every business owner you know has to pay these processing fees, and every business owner you know would rather pay less than more. All we do is get the owner to get a risk-free quote, and you can turn their credit merchant machine into a cash register for you and your family. Could you imagine sitting in your favorite restaurant, eating your favorite meal, and the lights are on because of your electricity? The natural gas used to cook your meal, you got paid on. And then as customer after customer pays their bill at the counter, you think to yourself, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Every single swipe you get paid on all day long, 7 days a week. You turn that local restaurant into a personal cash register by getting paid on their essential services each and every month. Let me give you just a small example of how large this industry is. The global coffee market is $70 billion worldwide. In other words, it's just 1/100th the size of this industry. Peanuts in comparison. Everyone has a cell phone, right? Well, that industry is 1/130th the size of merchant services. What about the health and wellness industry? A drop in the bucket again. And how about the biggest industry of all? The one Warren Buffett called the largest transfer of wealth in the history of the planet. The deregulation of the energy markets worldwide. A mere $600 billion in comparison. You can add up all of these industries together and they're still less than 25% of this market potential. This is the single biggest opportunity ever offered to average individuals like you and I. Now the rest of the world is about to get introduced to this same information we just received. This company's making history. We can either be in early or get in late. The choice is ours. The simple truth is that we're already involved in all of these industries. The problem is that until now, we've always been on the paying side. Now you and I can get on the making side for the first time in history. Don't let another day go by where you leave your family's financial future at risk. Get all the information necessary to start getting paid when people pay these essential bills.